Hello everyone, I'm your host, Boss Zombie. Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online. I guess we'll just keep going through the quest line. Actually, this will be the end of the Elsweyr quest line this episode.
Amira's parents would be proud of how she has stepped forward in these dark times. Moons, I am proud of her. While Camira gathers her thoughts, the rest of us have work to do. Tell me, what happened in the palace?
We killed Euraxia, but now Doe died, and the dragons and necromancers are still working together.
You bring news both welcome and grim. But we can neither celebrate a victory nor mourn the good captain until later, I fear. We need to determine why the dragons are willing to associate with wielders of dark magic.
I heard them mention a moon gate to the southwest. Calgrontid seems interested in the place.
Could they be interested in the moon gate of Anequina? It lies in that direction. I wonder if this pertains to Euraxia's final order. A soldier mentioned it after we captured her, but she refused to elaborate. Maybe you can help Tharn find out more.
Okay.
Even now, Abnor Tharn searches through the documents in the royal study, seeking information concerning this final order. Despite his show of indifference, Euraxia was his half-sister. Her death is bound to affect him. I suggest that you tread warily.
You're worried about Abner Tharn?
Worried? No. That would imply I had any feelings toward the man whatsoever. I'd say I'm more concerned that his nonchalant attitude toward his sister's death might be hiding his true emotions. I trust that he's here to help, but he's still a Tharn.
Okay. That seems important. Hey guy, what's up?
When you look at the world as lines on a map, it all seems so small and insignificant. I was trying to determine the meaning of this document, but so far the secret eludes me.
I came to offer my help. Did you find out anything about Euraxia's final order?
I found a letter, but it's not complete. Looks like a scribe's dictation. I've been searching for more, but I haven't made much progress through the royal stacks. With your help, perhaps the search will go more quickly.
Tell me about the dictated letter you found.
It alludes to an order Euraxia was preparing to deliver shortly before our assault on the palace. It mentions a Captain S, the Cygnus Irregulars, and a favor for the dragons, but gives no indication as to who they are or what the favor might be.
About your half-sister.
We did what had to be done. Think no more about it. If you hadn't ended Euraxia, I certainly would have. Now, look around and see if you can find anything pertaining to this unfinished letter. I'm sure it refers to Euraxia's final order.
I'll see what I can find.
This study contains documents from when the Khajiit ruled Rimmon, as well as papers that cover the span of Euraxia's rule. So many, many papers. She was a prolific writer, I'll give her that. At least she didn't destroy her files before she died.
This one? No. How about this one? Dragons.
Control dragons? What folly. But what was that about killing the last dragon guard?
Who could that be? Oh wait, no, that's not who I think it is anyways.
Captain Sorlinia. That must be Captain S. And the Cygnus Irregulars are Imperial troops under the command of Prefect Kalo at Sandswirl Manor. Old Khajiiti legends and rumors of a last dragon guard. Intriguing. I think you found everything I need to fill in the blanks. Let's talk. The documents you uncovered allow me to make sense of this unfinished dictation. I believe I now know the contents of Euraxia's final order.
And what was it?
Euraxia ordered Captain Sorlinia to assassinate a dragon guard in an effort to appease the dragons. Solinia plans to commandeer as many additional soldiers as necessary from Prefect Kalo at Sandswell Manor and retrieve a report.
Dragon Guard? I don't understand.
Neither do I, at least not fully. The Dragon Guard were the sworn protectors of the Imperial Emperor. At least they were until they fell out of favor. Euraxia has ordered her assassins to murder what she claims to be the last Dragon Guard.
The last Dragon Guard?
Don't ask me. The Dragon Guard I knew failed to protect the potentates and were disbanded in disgrace. They claimed to have descended from legendary Akaviri dragon hunters. But that's all it was. A legend. We need to get to Sandswell Manor.
Okay.
We can't take any chances. Euraxia's final order directs her assassins to murder the last Dragon Guard. If the dragons consider this threat real, we need it on our side. Meet me west of the city, on the outskirts of Sandswell Manor.
Do you know anything about Captain Solinia or Prefect Kalo?
Kalo is mentioned
Kalo?
in Garesh Ree's intelligence reports. He commands a garrison of troops in an estate seized when they conquered the region. As for Solinia, I've never heard of her. But an assassination squad, they're never a good thing.
Are the people of Rimmon cowards?
They're just afraid, Chimera. Remember, the dragon's still dark in the skies overhead.
But we need to replenish our forces. I fear there are more battles ahead.
You carry the weight of the kingdom, Chimera, but the crown is not yet yours.
Yes, yes. I must be recognized by the Main and Queen Eren. Which reminds me, has the Dominion sent us any aid?
A few advisors, some gold, but no troops. We are on our own.
Cadwell?
I found a set of round orb-like objects sitting on a forgotten shelf here in the palace. They're the perfect shape for juggling. Turns out I'm good at juggling. Who knew? And I find it strangely soothing after all that mayhem and fisticuffs.
Okay. That was a ball, an egg, and some kind of Dwemer device, it looked like. Oh, hey, did all the banners change? They sure did. Now they're the proper Rimmon banners instead of the Euraxian ones. Sandswell, where are you, Sandswell? Oh, you're right outside the city. I feel like sometimes I'll use the speed up, or whatever it's called, maneuvers, I forget the name right now, but I won't go faster. Like, it just feels like it doesn't stick sometimes. It's probably all in my head, but it still feels that way. There are a lot of things I cannot see in this brush, combined with the loading.
An Imperial garrison housed in a Khajiiti estate. My half-sister spared no expense, I see. Prefect Kalo commands a full complement of soldiers, mostly seasoned Imperials and not the Nibonese mercenaries that make up Euraxia's main forces. It's probable that Solinia and her assassination squad is here as well, so I advise caution.
You think we'll have to fight our way in?
I prefer to avoid unnecessary bloodshed, of course, but these are enemy forces. We must do what we must to complete our mission. I'll work my way down from the upper levels of the house. You find your own entrance and we'll meet somewhere inside.
Alright, I'll meet you inside.
Try not to alert the entire garrison to our presence. And keep an eye out for Captain Solinia or anything related to Euraxia's final order. We need to determine where the assassination squad plans to strike if we're going to save the Dragon Guard.
Tell me more about the Dragon Guard.
As I said, the Dragon
Okay.
Guard I knew were the Emperor's protectors. I suspect this has more to do with legends that speak of their role as dragon hunters of old. Ah, Idle speculation isn't going to accomplish anything. If I were younger...
Your age, is that what's bothering you?
I feel the weight of my years, and it gets worse the longer this goes on. In my younger days, I would have already corralled the dragons and banished the necromancers to a forgotten plane of oblivion. Enough of this. I'll meet you inside.
I mean, I get that he was a super powerful mage. He still is, but he was even more super powerful in his youth. But, like, even that seems a little far-fetched, no? Oh, the gate just opened? Does this really count as trespassing? How? They're bad guys. Yeah, it's not really trespassing. I wonder if... I sure can. Where is this person? Lieutenant something?
One of Kalo's pet cats. Time to make me a fur coat.
Oh. There's no one here. Oh, she's over there. Not very observant, but whatever. Wow. I really just went right by everyone.
How good it... Let's talk.
Hey, how come you're all spectrally?
We need to speak quickly. I doubt I'll remain undiscovered for very long.
You really like to show off your magic, don't you?
This projection, a simple spell. Nothing to it, really. But that's not what I want to discuss. I'm hiding in an empty servant's quarters at the moment. I discovered that Prefect Kalo is no longer in charge here. In fact, he's been arrested.
Why would the Uraxians arrest one of their own officers?
That's the thing. Prefect Kalo isn't really one of the Uraxians. His cohort of Imperials accompanied my half-sister into Rimmon, but he's been a vocal opponent of her coup and subsequent claim of rulership. Apparently, he refused another order.
Where are they holding Prefect Kalo?
Kalo's probably being held on one of the lower levels. See if you can find him. He should be able to tell us more about the Dragon Guard and Solinia's orders. Wait a moment. I'm about to have company. I'll find my way to you as soon as I can.
Alright, I'll try to find Prefect. I don't have companions, so I can run how I want. Goodbye, annoying enemies. Oh. Yeah, they do all use... I guess it makes sense because the Order of the Hour motif is a lot more modern than the Imperial one. So it looks a little crisper. Even though, all things considered, the old Imperial style doesn't look bad. It's still pretty sharp compared to some of the other base racial games.
You're not one of Euraxia's mercenaries.
Good eye. And you are?
I'm Prefect Kalo, commander of the Cygnus Irregulars. And you're that outsider working with the Khajiit militia. I expected you hours ago. Well, let's not dawdle. You have an assassination squad to stop, I assume, so if you'd open my cell...
How do you know who I am?
It's elementary. I pay attention to every significant event that occurs in the region. Comes with my job description. I have agents, spies, and informers from Riverhold to Rimmon. The dossier on you could choke a Wamasu. Now, about this door...
First, tell me why they locked you in there.
I'm an Imperial without an Emperor. My cohort was assigned to accompany Euraxia on a fact-finding mission. She turned it into a conquest. I tried to temper her more violent tendencies, but her mercenaries outnumber my legionaries by a wide margin.
So why lock you up now?
I refused to direct order. Wouldn't give Solinia my soldiers or my file on the last Dragon Guard. So, here I am. How about this? You can find a copy of the report in my office. If the information it contains helps you, then come back and set me free.
You seem unusually willing to cooperate with an ally of the rightful Khajiit queen.
I'm a reasonable man. I have no great love for this land, but neither do I want to see it destroyed. Dragons were the last straw. In other words, this is me making a stand. You can find a copy of the Dragon Guard report in my office upstairs.
Tell me about Captain Selenia.
She burst into my office with orders from Euraxia, demanded I provide soldiers to support her assassination squad, then commanded that I turn over my file on this so-called last Dragon Guard. I politely refused both requests, and she had me arrested.
What's an assassination squad?
An elite unit of mercenaries. They're rabid dogs that Euraxia points at her enemies. They like to kill, and they're extremely good at it. With the urging of the dragons, she pointed them at their current target, the so-called last Dragon Guard.
That was Euraxia's final order. She issued it right before I killed her.
Well, that puts a new spin on the situation. Solenia took my file. Then she and her soldiers went to assassinate this supposed last Dragon Guard to appease Euraxia's dragon allies. There's a copy of the file in my office, but I suggest you hurry.
So Euraxia wasn't sent to conquer Rimmon?
Conquer Rimmon? Euraxia was sent on imperial business to a province that owed us fealty. There was no reason to conquer a place we historically controlled. No. She decided to make her own play for power while Emperor Varen was otherwise engaged.
And you went along with that?
It was complicated. Look, our quick visit turned into an invasion. Euraxia contracted an army of Nibonese mercenaries to back her up. And then the Emperor disappeared and his empire collapsed. We were stuck here without orders or assistance.
What can you tell me about the Dragon Guard?
Not much. I never got around to reviewing the report. You can read it yourself in my office. For some reason, this rumor of a last Dragon Guard inspired Euraxia's ire. Maybe because the legends say they were once renowned dragon hunters?
Okay, let's go get the thing. Manor Main Hall. I thought it said Minor Main Hall. Hey, we've seen this layout before in the Gold Coast. A little different though. Duplicate copy of report prepared. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Wow, this is a long one. Okay.
I see you found the report. Now we can continue our conversation without being separated by those inconvenient bars.
Ah, there you are. And I see you've captured Prefect Kalo. I presume he surrendered without a fight?
Don't look so shocked.
Wait. How come? Didn't I have to talk? Okay, I thought I had to talk to Abner
Don't
first.
look so shocked. My irregulars are very good at what they do. It was simple enough for them to sneak in and set me free. Now, what did you learn from the report? Anything that will help us stop Captain Selenia and her assassination squad?
Us? Why would you want to help stop the assassination of the Dragon Guard?
As I said, we were never willing participants in Euraxia's conquest of northern Elsweyr. My irregulars did as little as possible to advance her agenda, and we worked to sabotage it as often as not. Besides, have you forgotten about the dragons?
What about the dragons?
The dragons won't stop after they kill or subjugate the Khajiit. We're in as much danger as everyone else. If Lord Garesh-Ri pardons my soldiers, we'll help fight the dragons. But we're going to need the Dragon Guard. Do you know where he is?
The report suggests the last Dragon Guard is hiding in an Akaviri shrine in the Scar.
Grand Chancellor, I propose that you get Garesh-Ri to pardon the Cygnus Irregulars so we can form an alliance.
An alliance? Interesting. Comrades would be helpful in the battles to come. I'll return to Rimmon, plead Kalo's case, and send someone to help you. Meanwhile, I suggest you start your search for the shrine at the Stitches.
Ah, the Stitches. That's a fun place. Very vertical. Oops, I should have looked before I left. What are these people even fighting for since she died? Like, why? Wouldn't they all just abandon their posts? They're not even really soldiers, they're mercenaries. How far are we from the stitches? Pretty far. Let's see if we can't pass a way shrine on the way there. Do I actually have... Oh, I have the way shrine next to the stitches. Perfect. We'll just take this road, get to a way shrine, and pour it on over. Look at that. Dog. Other dog. What do I need to... Who do I even need to find at the stitches, though? Let me think. There's this quest. One other. And the last one's the nice wrap-up quest. Let's go into the heart of the stitches, and like, I don't think this one... I think it goes... This quest is almost over, actually, I think, and then it goes to dealing with the Dragon Guard guy. And one other quest, and then... Oh, Zamorak, you're here? Where? Are you invisible? Well, you're technically right here. There you are. What you looking at?
Tarn sent Zamorak to assist you against the Euraxian officers Saulinia and her assassins. The locals say that a group matching their description passed through here a short time ago. Tarn explained that we seek a hidden Akaviri shrine.
Saulinia has orders to kill someone they believe is the last Dragon Guard.
Saulinia, the assassin who murdered King Hemakar and Queen Numara. Zamorak heard that name often on the day of Euraxia's coup. Perhaps this one can finally get justice for the royal family.
Did you face Captain Saulinia back then?
No. Zamorak was guarding Kamira that day. We were far from the palace. Anyway, this one learned that the local crime lord provided Saulinia with guides who know the Scar well. We must hurry if we hope to catch them.
Let's go stop the Assassination
Squad. The
Squad.
Scar can be a treacherous place, Five Claw, even without the addition of a Nibonese Assassination Squad. We need to hurry, but we should also proceed with caution.
Tell me about your time as the King's Claw.
King Hemakar saw something in Zamorak. He specifically requested this one during a visit to the Desert Wind. Zamorak set aside his studies and devotions to become the King's Claw. I pledged my life to keep the royal family safe.
But you weren't able to stop Euraxia.
No. Kamira wanted to visit the Desert Wind Adeptorium. This one was tasked to guard her. So, Zamorak was not in the palace when Euraxia and her troops arrived. They were welcomed as emissaries of the Emperor. But they were lions about to pounce.
At least you were able to get Kamira to safety.
A small success in an avalanche of failure. Guilt consumed Zamorak because he lived and the royal family died. So this one exiled himself from the land he loved and traveled the world. This one sought... what? Peace. Forgiveness. Something.
What should I know before we enter the Scar?
The Scar was carved across the face of an Equina in the ancient past. Some say Kunzari is responsible. Others that Alkosh himself marked the land with his claws. Things live in the deepest cracks and crevices that we would do well to avoid.
Why did Abner Tharn send you?
Truthfully, Zamorak almost refused when Tharn gave the order. This one has only just reclaimed the mantle of King's Claw and was reluctant to leave Queen Kamira's side. But you needed help, and Zamorak was best suited to aid you in this endeavor.
Did Abner Tharn present Prefect Kalo to Kamira?
Yes, but Zamorak isn't sure if anything good will come of their meeting. When this one departed, Queen Camira and Lord Gareshri were engaged in a heated discussion with Tarn over the risks and benefits of trusting an Imperial.
All the way down there, huh? The stitches are not so easy to navigate, but they're not that bad. I should be able to get to the ground floor this way. There's a fun side quest chain to do here. A little bit of a heist. You meet some very interesting characters. They're just... I would say starting with Somerset. Well, maybe not Merkmar. There's not too many interesting side quests there, but especially in Somerset and here, there's some phenomenal side quests.
It's one of the assassins. They must have passed this way.
There's actually
more bodies.
Dragon Guard doesn't
hired
have
guides.
Many amazing side
Sarini's
quests.
work, Samarak thinks.
But then again, those are smaller zone DLCs. They don't have a lot of quests to begin with. Oh, did I just pass the door? Oh, it's over here. It's easier for chapter content because it's so full of stuff.
There is a door behind these stones. Is this the place we seek?
Nope. Deauville Shrine. A hidden Akaviri shrine in the Scar, serving as the last sanctuary for the disgraced and disbanded Dragon Guard after the assassinations of the Potentiates. A place to keep their ancient traditions alive? I don't believe a word of it. Something, Flaminius, something. Oh no, this place! I just remembered what this place is like.
That door. Not even all of Zamarak's strength and training can budge a magical barrier. Maybe the pedestal. The pedestal maintains the magical barrier, but Zamarak does not know how.
Find the dragon,
The
or
assassin.
his blood won't be the only thing that stains my blade this day.
The assassins. That came from the south. We must hurry, Five Claw. The assassins. They stalk the southern passages. We must hurry. There may be another way past this door, deeper in the complex.
Shouldn't we try to open this door?
Whatever has been hiding behind that door for all these years can wait a little longer. We need to deal with the assassins. They are the most pressing threat. That shout we heard. Saulinia and her killers must be close.
Yeah, isn't this like a whole combat ground?
Traps. They stopped some of the assassins, but not all of them. We must be wary.
Ow, 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 ow. Can I get to that side from here? Not sure I can.
You can't hide from us forever, Dragon Guard.
If I just run super fast, they can't hurt me.
Find an Alfican
Oh right, there was a
alabaster, you Roxian
achievement for
dolt.
getting all of these. Oh, someone else is here. Yeah, there's like an achievement for finding all the written things in this area. Nope, don't care. Alright. Why are these so clearly highlighted? Ow. Alright, so I can't see anything. This way. Theoretically this way. What's happening? I'm gonna go this way? Yep, here we go.
Once I select a target, it always dies.
I trained to fight dragons. This isn't going to end the way you expect.
Yeah, you made it to that pretty quickly.
Light it!
I hate the alchemists and chemists, whatever they are. We done here? Good. I'll take this as a reward. I am unrewarded.
Now, Dragon Guard, you and your order die. Oh, good. More blood to spill.
Where'd she go? Wow, that is some edgy mascara you've got going on there, lady.
I refuse to die. You're that assassin.
Maybe now the royal family can rest in peace.
Where did you get these swords?
Thank you, Five Claw. With Saulinia dead, maybe the royal family can finally rest in peace. The Dragon Guard ran through that door, but he was wounded. We should help him.
Are you alright, Zamorak?
Zamorak. There was a heaviness on Zamorak's soul. Now it disperses like sand in the wind. Still, this one promised to find a new path. But these events just returned him to the same one he walked before.
You helped bring the killer of the royal family of Necromancer to justice.
Yes, but Zamorak believed his previous life of violence caused those deaths. His studies and meditations told him this was so. Now, with Saulinia's death, Zamorak feels lighter. It feels good, but it also feels like a betrayal of the desert wind.
Neither of these are really good answers, but stick to your teachings, Zamorak. Violence shouldn't be the answer.
You are right, Five Claw. Violence is never the best way to solve a problem. It only leads to grief. As the adepts say, when an enemy strikes you on the right, also offer him your left. But these musings are missed. Let us check on the Dragon Guard.
Oh, someone triggered the fight again. Damn it! I shouldn't have taken the time. Why does it feel like the fight's taking longer now?
I refuse to die. You're that assassin.
See, maybe this is... Oh, not done? Yes, we are. Dragon Guard Orland. But he's not even the last Dragon Guard. Sai Sahan is still a Dragon Guard.
Oh, damn assassin. She knew her stuff. I saw her fall, though. Thanks for that. After all these years, why do I suddenly have so much company?
Dragons have returned. Euraxia sent the assassin because she thought you knew how to stop them.
I know about the dragons. I sent word to the other sanctuaries.
Other sanctuaries? I thought you were the last of the Dragon Guard.
The last? I didn't think so. But no one else has responded. Maybe. No. I know at least one other is still out there. He'll come. He has to.
Is there really a way to stop the dragons?
Take my ring. It will open the sanctuary. Find the dragon horn. You have to. Have to.
Dragon Guard Orland?
May Kenarthi guide you to the sands behind the stars.
Well, that was a good character. We got to know him.
Below. That looks like Prefect Kalo. What is he doing here?
Didn't you put some armor on, dude? Or some regular combat clothes? Anything? You know, just something... Oh my god. He looks like he's gonna stab him in the back.
Ah, there you are. We came as soon as we could. Were you able to stop Captain Solinia and her assassins?
Solinia is dead, but so is the Dragon Guard. Did Chimera accept your terms of alliance?
Both dead? Solinia deserved it. Shame about the Dragon Guard, though. And yes, it took some convincing and Tharn's most diplomatic negotiation tactics, but Queen Chimera has accepted our help. Provisionally.
Provisionally?
The Cygnus Irregulars are on probation. For now. Once Queen Chimera sees us in action, I'm sure she'll come around. Until then, I wanted to make sure you're all right. Beating Solinia is no small feat. I'm sorry we lost the Dragon Guard, though.
The Dragon Guard gave me a key to the sanctuary. We were on our way to retrieve a Dragonhorn.
A Dragonhorn? Like the one at Star Haven Adeptorium? Huh. Well, if you think this old relic can help, lead the way.
Am I supposed to know that ref? Oh, I skipped. You know what? I skipped the intro quest when I started the script, so I guess that was a reference I should have known. Because that's where you do it, in the Star Haven.
Are these the remains of the Dragon Guard? Books and scrolls. I knew it. Knowledge is power, my friend.
Oh, you're my companion now. Okay. Oh, right. I forgot this was the whole... Yeah.
Such a small thing when compared to the dragons. Still, we should take it to Rimmon, yes?
It's a big horn with a little horn attached to it. Oh, I gotta go back to Rimmon Palace from here. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna warp to the house. No, it'll take longer to load the hall. I've put a lot of furnishings in there. It's going to take longer than to load the tiny little room that is the Sugar Bowl Suite. This is what I was talking about. It's always worth grabbing the rooms. Although, compared to the Somerset room and the Vardenfell room, this one's pretty small. Like... You do not have a lot of real estate to work with in here, but I made it work. Oh, I wonder if the room will be the one in Well, it won't be that house, because that's a big house, but maybe it'll be a room somewhere in Solitude? What's the name in there? Is it the Winking Skeever, or is that a different place? Well, maybe it's not called that, because that's more modern times, but... I think the Winking Skeever was the one in Solitude, right? It's been a long time since I played Skyrim. Let's see, at the rate this is going, probably another week and change to wrap up all the Elder Scrolls Online stuff to catch up. Maybe I have enough time that I can go through Skyrim before Greymore comes out. That would be like a month and a half. It's like 40 to 50 episodes. If I just stick to the main quest. If I just stick to the main quest and DLC stuff, it could be close.
It's happening again. I see a dragon.
Cadwell? Cadwell? What was that about a dragon? Ah, there you are. See to Cadwell, if you would. Then join us in the throne room for the War Council.
Hello? Is someone there? I appear to be back in my head. Well, my other head. The other head. This is so confusing. Ah, wait. Things are becoming clearer now. Yes, well, there you are. Oh, so good to see you again, my friend.
Cadwell, what did you see?
I saw that nasty orc necromancer, Zumog Foon. He really is a despicable fellow. And there was a dragon, a huge, powerful, eyes as big as a house dragon. They called it Carl Grunteed. Means champion of the bound time. How do I know these things?
Did you see or hear anything else?
Well, yes, I did. Seems the ears are as connected as the eyes. They talked about the moons, something about an eclipse and the perfect time to use the gate. I remember something about that from when I was the betrayer, but the details are hazy.
Your memories of your life were returning?
My memory returns in dribs and drabs, but I'm not sure that's a good thing. If I remember anything helpful, though, I'll let you know. Where are my manners? They're waiting for you. Queen Chimera has called another war council in the throne room.
Do you know what the war council's meeting about?
Not a clue, but I know one way to find out. Head inside and see what the Cat Queen has to say.
Okay.
The archives were extremely helpful once I found the appropriate documents.
Our moon singers and moon priests have always paid particular attention to detail. What did you learn?
Tharn found documents regarding an ancient agreement with the Dragon Guard. They apparently provided a weapon to use against the dragons.
This relates to the legends of Kunzari and Queen Anequina, yes?
Pardon the interruption, Queen Chimera, but that sounds like the dragon horn we found. That dragon guard didn't survive, but he gave us the Anequina dragon horn.
So this alliance I reluctantly agreed to has borne fruit.
The Cygnus Irregulars assisted, but your agent did the important work.
A weapon from the Dragon Guard. Interesting. Come, Five Claw. I want to hear your report.
Okay, here it is.
Agreeing to an alliance with Imperials. At least it appears this Prefect Kalo assisted you. Tell me what happened out there, Five Claw. I want to hear it from you.
The assassin killed the Dragon Guard, but we did acquire the Anequina dragon horn.
So that is the dragon horn. It is much smaller than I thought it would be, and it looks fragile. Sound it once and it will probably crumble to dust. What are we supposed to do with such a thing? As always, you have my thanks, Five Claw.
Okay.
Euraxia hoped to appease the dragons by assassinating the last dragon guard of Elsweyr. He died, but at least you acquired the Anequina dragon horn and avenged his death. Now, if we only knew what to do with the damn thing.
It makes noise, like any other horn, right?
I know how a horn works, Five Claw, but this is a relic of ancient magic. I do not want to damage it before we learn the true significance of its power. I will have Tarn do more research. In the meantime, we have another matter to deal with.
Another matter?
Cadwell's visions strike more frequently now, with more urgency. Tarn believes Zumag Fum is close to reassembling Cadwell's dismembered body. I want you to stop him. The betrayer of legend must not be reborn.
Find Zumag Fum and stop him from reassembling Cadwell the Betrayer.
Abner Tarn checks on Cadwell regularly. Find them and see if they can tell you where Zumag Fum hides. Meanwhile, I will consult with Gareshri. Review the Kunzari stories before we task Tarn with learning more about the Dragonhorn.
You must know something about the Anequina Dragonhorn.
A little. There was a similar relic at Starhaven Adeptorium, but I never gave it much thought. It was just there, another memento of a mostly forgotten past. The one you brought us, it bears the name of Anequina.
What's the significance of Anequina?
Anequina is the name of our kingdom, the northern half of Elsweyr. It grew out of one of the 16 original prides and was named after my ancestor, Anequina Sharptongue. She was one of the ancient heroes, a member of Kunzari's Krajon.
Do you think this really has something to do with the legend of Kunzari?
Legends and myths make up a great part of who we are, Five Claw. For the Khajiit, the truth of our stories is the truth, pure and simple. The return of the dragons began with the tales of Kunzari, and I expect it to end there as well.
Is the Dragonhorn part of that story?
No. Kunzari and his company of heroes predate the arrival of the Akaviri and Tamriel. It was the Akaviri who gave rise to the Dragon Guard and revealed the secrets of the Dragonhorn. As I understand it, The Starhaven Dragonhorn was a gift.
A gift?
From the ancient order of the Dragon Guard. If I remember what the adept at Starhaven once told me, I assume the same is true of the Anequina Dragonhorn. It's too bad that Dragon Guard you met did not live long enough to tell you more.
Can you tell me anything else about the Dragonhorn?
Legends and myths make up a great part of who we are, Fiveclaw. For the Khajiit, the truth of our stories is the truth, pure and simple. The return of the dragons began with the tales of Kunzari, and I expect it to end there as well.
Is the Dragonhorn part of the story?
No. Kunzari and his company of heroes predate the arrival of the Akaviri and Tamriel. It was the Akaviri who gave rise to the Dragon Guard and revealed the secrets of the Dragonhorn. As I understand it, the Starhaven Dragonhorn was a gift.
Okay, so we've already heard this. Do dragons originate from Akavir? Is that the whole thing? Oh, I better charge this. It's almost empty. Because the Akaviri know how to make weapons against them, and a lot of time the Calgrunted... Wait, no. The demon from the east. I guess that was Calgrunted, wasn't it? Or is that a different dragon? Still. Call of the Undertaker. So we've only gotten Call of the Undertaker. We haven't gotten any crafty Alfiq unique pieces. That's interesting. Darn.
Hold, varlet! Don't you dare attach that foot to my ankle.
Hey, there's honor.
This is Cadwell's longest episode yet. Perhaps I can...
That's it! Time to give you knaves what for.
These are visions. Dismembered bodies. I hate necromancy. Cadwell trusts you, Fiveclaw. You talk to him.
Who's there? Speak up! I'm about to teach these rapscallions a valuable lesson. And yes, I plan to make it hurt.
Cadwell, it's me. What's going on?
Ah, jolly good. I could use a noble squire for the battle ahead. To battle ahead? Anyway, Zumok Foom has gathered the dismembered parts of the betrayer's body. I can't allow the necromancer to put me, back together.
Cadwell, what are you seeing? Where is Sumog Foom?
I'm not entirely certain. It's definitely a dark, menacing cavern. Just the sort of place necromancers enjoy hanging around. Oh! Here now! Stop that! Your pardon, noble squire, but I have to go kick myself in the head.
Cadwell, wait.
I'm off to put a stop to these dastardly villains.
Tarn, can you determine where Cadwell disappeared to?
Can you?
Of all the foolish, idiotic, misguided things that Cadwell has ever done, this may be the worst of them all. He fancies himself a hero, but he's given Zumog Foom exactly what he needed.
What do you mean? Why does Zumog Foom need Cadwell?
I'm no expert on necromancy, but it's obvious that our Cadwell is the last piece Zumog Foom needs to restore the betrayer. He has all the parts of Cadwell's dismembered body, and now Cadwell has handed him the final component, his very essence.
Cadwell's essence? You mean his soul?
Does a soul shriven have a soul? I have no idea how the philosophy of oblivion accounts for such things, but there must be some kernel of the original Cadwell inside the one we know. It stands to reason. The necromancer would need that as well.
How do we help Cadwell? We don't even know where he went.
I managed to scry Cadwell's portal before it winked out. It connected to an ancient crypt in the Scar, not far from the Stitches. Head there immediately. The rest of us will make preparations and join you as soon as we can.
All right. It's nice that there's not too many load screens. What was the DLC that... What was it? The one that had a ton of load screens? It wasn't Somerset. Was it Gold Coast? Or was it Dark Brotherhood? No. There was one DLC that took so long, and it was only because of the load screens, and not the content itself. Maybe it was. Was it? Was it? It was either Thieves Guild or Dark Brotherhood. I don't remember at this point. which is kind of scary because that wasn't that long ago. Wasn't Morrowind. Definitely wasn't Clockwork City because there's not a lot of transitioning to do there. Somerset was fine. Murkmire was pretty fine. Actually, Murkmire might have been the best by far. There was very little loading you had to do in that one. It all generally took place in the world. Or the outer world. The open world. Open air? It's one of those terms. Let's see, is there a way to... Ooh. Carefully. Bonk. I'm still alive. Barely.
You took your time. Let's talk.
Why couldn't you have just teleported us here? Oh, I guess because you're getting old. Never mind. Yeah, butterfly. Hey! Although I did just get a bunch of those from a Jubilee box, which was nice. I got like 20 wings from a box. And I also got some motifs to sell. I like the Jubilee event.
Travel never used to take this much out of me. Oh well. Now that you're here, we can begin our investigation of the crypt.
Where are Zamorak and Prefect Kalo? I thought they were going to meet us here.
The Adept and the Prefect volunteered to scout ahead. They haven't returned. That means it's up to us. We must stop Zumog Foom from reanimating Cadwell the Betrayer.
You think something happened to them?
Something has prevented them from returning. I can only assume the Necromancers or their undead have done them in. Where they were forestalled, we must prevail. Otherwise, Zumog Foom and the dragons get one step closer to fulfilling their plans.
We can't give up on them.
Don't be a fool. Our first priority is to stop Zumog Foom and keep him from aiding the dragons. After that, we can worry about everything else. Provided we survive, of course.
Alright. The Sepulchre of Mischance. Long ago, when the Stitches was a respectable town with a respectable name, this sepulchre served as the town's municipal crypt. It has been shunned for generations, so long that no one can even remember why they were afraid of it.
Cadwell, what happened to you?
Fun little spot. They ripped it out of me. I'm afraid I bungled this one royally, old friend.
What happened?
I opened a portal. Meant to put the villainous Zumog Foom to the sword. He got the better of it.
The dragon skeleton back there.
The Necromancer stole my essence, flung it to assorted ritual sites throughout the lair. Now I'm weak and my old body is being restored.
What about Zamorak and Prefect Kalo? Have you seen them?
The big cat and the Imperial. They arrived shortly after I did, but they didn't fare much better. I'm not sure what Zumog Foom did with them. I've just been standing here trying to recover enough strength to give it another go.
Maybe we can recover your stolen energy. Either way, we need to stop Zumog Foom.
Charge me up again? Capital idea, and I agree. We can't let the betrayer join the dragons. That reminds me of a time. No. Can't think. Too weak. I'll stand with you as long as I can. Could use a bit of a lie down there.
Necromancer Otho?
You left us to die, Kalo.
Our blood is on your hands.
No! I won't allow you to interfere with the ritual!
Oh, you can talk. I thought you were just going to be generic, unvoiced bad guy.
Lay the flesh from your bones!
You will do no such thing.
That glowing cloud. It's holding this ritual together.
How refreshing. Let's find the rest of me and put it back where it belongs.
Okay. The library. I had to comment on the number of loading screens and something, didn't I? A lot of books. I guess it's a library after all.
You were never strong enough, Zamorak. I died because you were weak.
Praying to the moons won't save you, cat.
Oh, this one's a little more melee focused than the last one.
Interloper. Just more fuel for the ritual.
Fancy attack. Are you dead?
Zamorak failed. Again.
Ah, welcome back, little energy. I missed you so.
Wait. Oh, wait. Where is there a third one?
You're a senile old
Oh, there is a
fool,
third one.
half-brother. How could you be so reckless? The dragons are your fault.
Your past will destroy you, Thorn.
Oh wow, Tharn especially, he gets 2 slightly tough enemies guarding him. Gravecaller Deauville. So Gravecallers are the more magic focused ones. Skull Guards are the melee focused ones.
Get rid of that damn cloud!
Oh, that is quite a scowl.
Oh, that hits the spot. Did you know I used to be a High Chancellor? No, wait. No, that bit belongs to Abner.
Necromancer Workshop. Well, I guess they have to have workshops too. There's not a fourth one, is there?
Five Claw. This one doesn't have much time.
How are you here?
Nalado should not be here. This one should be prowling the sand behind the stars and preparing for the next pounce, not lingering in this fetid tomb.
Why are you here?
Zumag Fum called Nalado back. He planned to use her in a foul ritual, but dead or no, Nalado is still a soldier. His follower never stood a chance. This one sensed something. Decided to wait here a little longer.
The ritual was using Cadwell's energy. What happened to it?
Nalado thought the cloud of energy reminded her of the strange night adorned in cookware. This one thinks she absorbed the energy when she killed the Necromancer and disrupted this part of the ritual.
Can you return it to Cadwell, Nalado?
Return it? Perhaps, though that will certainly shred this spirit form. No matter. Nalado no longer belongs in this realm. Tell Queen Carmira and Garashri that Nalado says farewell. Now, prepare yourself, strange knight. This belongs to you.
Rest easy. Feel better?
The cat captain, she's sacrificed herself. For me. I don't know what to say. We need to hurry, my friend. Zumog Fum is almost finished, and I'm starting to find this whole looking through 2 sets of eyes thing to be quite disorienting.
It's interesting, but as this progresses, he actually becomes more sensible. Like, he's less insane than he was in the Cold Harbor stuff. He still has that Cadwell flavor, but...
Stop me. Neither you nor that bumbling corpse stand a chance.
Corpse? I'll have you know, I'm barely 1/4 cadaver on my mother's side. What's...
2 of you can't exist in the same reality, soul shriven. The stronger the betrayer becomes, the weaker you will grow.
Doesn't he, like, have multiple stages, this fight? Like, he does something with armor?
Let the essence of death flow free.
Okay, he has a dragon. Oh, wait, that dragon! That's right! In the early testing, or early designs for the Necromancer class, instead of a Bone Colossus, or, not Bone Colossus, the Flesh Colossus Ultimate, it was going to have a skeletal dragon summon. It's kind of funny, actually. wonder why they didn't just roll it. The dragon almost makes more sense. Well, not really more sense, but it makes sense compared to, like, any other stuff. Aren't you gonna, like, become a bone colossus at some point? How do he does something like that? There he is. That's the part I remember. Still aren't very tough though. God, how many bone colossi are there in this game? That's a boss enemy that's used way too much.
It feels like I'm fading away. Oh, jolly good sir. Of course I planned to deal with the orc myself once my reanimation was complete. Now that I'm whole, I have a destiny to fulfill. So, cheerio.
Cadwell? Are you about to Peter Parker me?
I always heard that introspection could be difficult. Meeting yourself. No one likes to discover that they were a tallow catch. Try not to hold it against me. Him and me were two sides of a dented coin.
Cadwell, what's wrong with you?
I don't think the world can handle more than one Cadwell at a time. My essence, I feel it draining away. Strange as the end approaches, so does clarity. You will try to stop him for me, won't you?
Stop him? What's the betrayer planning to do?
Finish what I started a long, long time ago. I remember how we stopped the dragons. Kunzari and we tricked Count Gronti, used his own ambition against him, convinced him to place a portion of his power in Jode's core.
How did that stop the dragons?
Count Gronti ordered his brothers to follow suit. Once weakened, we were able to trap them in the halls of Colossus. Then the betrayer, then I killed Kunzari. I earned that name. I planned to steal the power, but Anequina's adepts...
Stay with me.
I'm still here. Chimera. She looks like Anequina. So pretty. Anequina possessed a key to a special place. That's where I learned to use portal. Luckily, they cut off my head and dismembered me before I could reach Jode's core.
Cadwell, can you hear me?
I guess you have to chop him up again. Tell Chimera she has the key, and look after the little honor of the good steed.
I was very upset the first time that happened. I'm still a little upset. But... They put a lot of effort into animating that little moment.
Anequina was a moon priest. Could that be the key to using the dragon horn?
The same notion occurred to me, Queen Chimera.
Where's everyone else?
Here comes Tarn and the others. Five Claw, talk to me.
Have you guys just been standing here the whole time? Just in the same exact location?
I am happy to see you and the others, Five Claw, and I'm eager to hear what happened. Wait, where is Cadwell?
Cadwell faded away. We stopped Zumag Foom, but not before he reanimated the betrayer.
That does not bode well. The betrayer of Kunzari was a great hero who became a terrible villain. It took all the remaining champions and the moon priests of Anequina to stop him. But how does the betrayer's return help the dragons?
Cadwell began to remember. He said the betrayer seeks a special place to find Jode's core.
A special place? That does not give us a lot of information to go on, Five Claw. Did Cadwell tell you anything else before he disappeared?
He talked about Anequina and the dragon's imprisonment. He said you possessed the key.
The ancient legends. I have been studying them. They mention Jode's core, a vault of some kind. Kunzari tricked the demons into storing their power there, though now we know that the demons were dragons. A metaphor, yes? As for a key...
Do you know what Cadwell was talking about?
Everyone, meet in the royal study. I have something to show you. Cadwell spoke of Anequina, one of Kunzari's champions. He mentioned a key. I think he meant my pendant.
Zamorak remembers. Your mother wore it before you. Does it have more than sentimental significance?
It hides me from magical detection. Mother would take my pendant in her hand and whisper, "When Kunzari smiled, Anequina asked the moons to move for him."
The Shadow Dance Temple ruins? Is that where the betrayer has gone?
I discovered as a young girl that the pendant and this ancient map interact in interesting ways. I learned the stories of Kunzari from my mother. Did I tell you she was a moon singer before she married my father? She said the pendant once belonged to Anequina. I am related to Anequina. Direct descendant, according to the moon priests.
The location indicated on the map. What is that place?
An ancient ruin. The place was once the Shadow Dance Temple, but now it is nothing but tumbled stones. Still, Cadwell indicated the pendant was the key to finding the betrayer. What else do we have to go on?
You said your mother told you that Anequina could make the moons move for Kunzari?
Yes, from Kunzari's story. He tricked the demons into giving him their power. Then Anequina moved the moons so he could store the power in Jode's core for safekeeping. Of course, now we know the demons of the story were actually the dragons.
Could that be what Cadwell was talking about? Tell me the rest of the story.
In their weakened state, Kunzari was able to trick the dragons and trap them in the halls of Colossus. But one of his companions betrayed him, stabbed him in the back, and went to the place of the Dark Dance to steal the demon power.
That sounds like the Shadow Dance ruins. I guess we need to investigate the place.
I think you're right, Five Claw. The betrayer must want to finish what he started in the ancient time. But the dragons also want that power. Are they working together? Either way, we need to get to the temple ruins.
Where are the ruins?
As we saw on the map, the ruins lie in the foothills east of the Scar, between Orcrest and the town of Hakoshe. We will meet you there.
Okay.
We need to send your Cygnus irregulars to the Moon Gate, Prefect Galo.
Agreed. We've been practicing in anticipation of joining forces for more than a year.
A year? But a year ago we were still enemies.
Perhaps. But I always knew we'd wind up fighting the Iraxians side by side someday.
Well, they're reconciling. Or reconciling? There's nothing to reconcile. They're just getting along now. How do I... Is there an easy... No. I pretty much just have to run there. Don't kill me from this fall. Well, now I'm just in the drain.
I hope to be done here soon.
Okay, now I can run. Oh, hey, the Outlaws Den is like right here, isn't it? Yep, there it is. Whoop. I sold many a thing there. I think out of all the content I've done a lot of pickpocketing and stealing from, Elsweyr was the second most I did. I definitely did the most with Morrowind because there's just a fantastic place to do it. It's basically if you buy the, it's not a good way to go. If you buy the inn there, which I can't remember the name of, you can leave the inn room. You'll be in a little hall with 3 rooms, or 2 rooms and the exit. You can go into each of those rooms, steal a bunch of stuff. You can pickpocket 2 people and assassinate one of them to reset their goods. And you can walk to the end, steal a couple more things from containers here and there. And you can just open your map, port back to the room, and then leave the room again, and it'll reset everything. Because it has to reload the cell. And it's very, very good. I got most of the 3 house motifs doing that. Actually, by the time I was done, because I also was leveling up like my legerdemain, however you say it. I was leveling that at the same time because I was still new to the game.
Direct approach would be the best.
And I was also working on the, was it Black Market Mogul for making a ton of money, or is that the laundering one? I don't remember. I got that one too, actually, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, everything I did, I got from there.
Chimera's waiting for you inside. If the dragon circling overhead spots us, I'll try to drive it off.
Zamorak will assist.
And I had like...
Yes, I'm sure your fists will make all the difference.
I think I ended up with like at least 10 of each of the 10 out of 14 of each of the entire
sets.
sets.
This ancient temple, I do not see a way to access it. This is the right place. I can sense it. But nothing in this chamber looks like it can make the moons move or open a path to Joan or Jode. What are we missing, Fiveclaw?
Cadwell said your pendant was the key.
And Riddlethar knows I have tried everything I can think of. I held it out. I presented it forcefully. I even shook it vigorously, but nothing happened. I do not know what else to do.
You said your mother would sometimes hold it and tell you stories. Maybe something she said?
My memories and the Kunzari stories, everything jumbles together. Too much research has crowded my mind. Wait, maybe... I remember one thing Mother used to say. Maybe if I repeat her words while I hold the pendant.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt to give it a try.
Nequina's blood calls. The shadow dance begins.
Hey, this is just like in Maw of Locage.
By the moons, you opened the path.
You go ahead. Zamorak and I will deal with the dragon outside. Somehow.
Moons watch over you. Come, Fiveclaw. Let us see where this leads.
Now, if you need the pendant to do all this, how is Bad Cadwell doing this? Had the Moon Priests become too dogmatic, too severe in the strictures of purity, or were there secrets in the Shadow Dance that needed to be buried? For whatever reason, the Two Moons hierarchy had no choice but to close the place down. Moon Bishop Hunal.
Beautiful. Why was this hidden for so long?
Well, considering it leads to, like, a giant vault of dragon power.
This place has guardians, it seems. But they could not stop the betrayer.
Damn it, I could have made it to the door. I could have been a contender. Are they mummies or like weird statue things? Where'd he go? I think they're just like weird statues. But they give soul gems, so same as any other enemy. Oh, this again? Come on, we don't need so many
Betrayer
roads.
sent. He came this way. That relic. See what you can make of it, Fiveclaw.
Ooh. That's pretty cool. How come I don't have
The
that?
spirits awaken.
Mentor that does that.
The temple recognized me. I am becoming attuned.
Spooky. If you're becoming attuned, where are these Guardian guys here giving us trouble? A Frightener? That's the best thing you can come up with for a title like that?
Sir Cadwell, you're part of Kunzari's Krajun. Why are you doing this?
I want what Kunzari hid away, and I need to use the moons. Few counts must die along the way. What of it?
You're insane.
You talk to your new god like that. Manners!
Don't you throw shadow birds at me. Come here, are you here? Or are you kind of glitching out because I ran ahead? Is he coming? I'll just help myself to a butterfly in the meantime.
The Temple Relic, Five Claw. Activate it so the process of attunement can continue.
What were those images we saw? The ones with the Betrayer and the Moon Priests?
The temple showed us the ancient past. After the Betrayer killed Kunzari and came to this holy place, he killed the Moon Priest to force his attunement. The voices of Joan and Jode grow dim. Activate the relic now, please.
Why can't you do it?
I need to do this properly. When Anequina performed her attunement, Kunzari accompanied her and activated the relics. The temple identifies me as Anequina, so you must be Kunzari.
We saw the past, but where's the real Betrayer?
Somewhere ahead of us, on his way to the temple sanctuary to make the moons move. I need to finish my attunement before we face him. So, please, Five Claw, let us get on with it. Moving the moons causes an eclipse. That opens the way to Jode's core.
Okay.
It's almost a shame how Inequina's faithful keep throwing themselves at my blade. Almost.
Yeah, he's like so gross and nasally. Alright, everyone, make your way here. Ooh, that's a cool tapestry. Ow. A Suncaster. That's a cool title. See, Frightener is so lame compared to Suncaster. So shooting flames, things. Okay. You're not who I was expecting to see when I turned around. Where'd Chimera go? Oh, they did the same thing as me. They just ran ahead. Am I still in combat? No. So where's Chimera? There she is. So is it just a procession and then they all stand and sit at the entrance? Okay, goodbye, guys. Hey, thorax. What was it called? Vault of the Heavenly Scourge. It's quite a
The
name.
ancient memories become clearer in my mind with every passing moment. We follow the same path as the heroes of legend. Kunzari, Anequina, the Betrayer. They all walked these steps to reach Jode's core.
Tell me everything the attuned memories have shown you.
I see the truth of the myths and legends. Kunzari tricked Calgrontiid into storing the might of the dragons in Jode's core. Then, the heroes of the Krajun lured them into the halls of Colossus and sealed the doors.
Right, then the betrayer stabbed Kunzari in the back.
Yes, he murdered Kunzari and then came to this temple to gain the power to move the moons and open the way to Jode's core. You see, the path only appears at the moon gate of Anequina when the moons are aligned, as in an eclipse.
Moon Priest stopped the betrayer back then.
True, but many died before they lopped off his head. The betrayer was the greatest warrior of his day. If it comes to a battle, it will not be an easy one. There is an apparatus in the sanctuary, linked to the larger moon gate. That is what we seek.
You deal with the apparatus, I'll take care of the betrayer.
We are about to enter the place where the betrayer faced his greatest failure. Where he died at the hands of the remaining heroes and moon priests. We must make sure history repeats itself.
Do you have any advice on fighting the betrayer?
The shade of Anequina darkens with rage whenever I think about him. Even before his betrayal, she detested the man. He was vain, proud, a great sword fighter, but full of ego and hubris. Perhaps that is his weakness, his pride.
Alright, let's go fight Cadwell. Badwell, there you go. So we got Cadwell and Badwell. Oh, this is where it happened. The incident led to the abolition of the Adepts of the Dancing Shadows. All details of the atrocity were expunged from the Moon Bishop's archives by decree of the Two Moons Assizes. I didn't even realize it was a separate place. The load screen was the same icon.
Too late! Fools! The eclipse has started! I'm going to share the power with the dragon. Magnanimous, don't you think?
No.
I can strike from any direction.
The word magnanimous has kind of diminished meaning to me because there was a... Oh god, what was the name of the show? Megas XLR? It was a weird Cartoon Network show, man, but... It was kind of cool. And there was a bad guy called Magnanimous or something like that.
Keepsakes, don't. Do my portals confuse you? Good.
No, they're actually not that great.
Lovely keepsakes, don't.
I don't like Badwell. He looks wrong.
Yeah, let the open wide oblivion.
Something is wrong. I cannot stop the eclipse. The betrayer did something to the apparatus. The moons cannot hear my plea.
You can't stop the eclipse?
No. The betrayer has set the moons in motion, and they will not answer to my song. There is nothing to stop the dragons from using the moon gate of Anequina to reach Jode's core.
So Elsweyr is doomed?
Not yet. This apparatus moves the moons, but the moon gate of Anequina creates the portal to Jode's core. Luckily, I sent forces there to defend it from the dragons. We will join them. But first, the memories tell me we have one more task here.
What do we need to do?
Anequina's memories show me how she once used the dragon horn. The combat dragon horn you gave me. It needs to be energized, have its power restored. Activate the nearby Temple Relic, and I will charge the dragon horn.
Okay. Bloop.
everything. Zara, Anequina, Cadwell, John and Joe. All of it. Into the Dragon Horn.
A dip in cold hard is refreshing, pleasant, and I'm fit as a fig tree. Now, where's the evil me?
He's back.
Where is the fiend? Let me at him. I returned as soon as I could to help you give the betrayer a good thrashing.
The betrayer has been destroyed, but what about you?
I feel tip-top, I must say. I thought it was the cozy confines of my beloved Cold Harbor, but I suppose it has more to do with the destruction of my other half. Well, good show. The world is saved.
Not exactly. The betrayer set the moons in motion. When they align, the dragons can reach the core.
That doesn't sound good. Let me think. If I concentrate, I can recall what was going through my despicable other self's mind. He wanted to make sure no one could stop the path from opening. He promised the dragons.
So there must be a way to stop the eclipse.
I'm afraid not, at least not from here. He did something to the apparatus. It can't be used again. Chimera might be able to separate the moons, but she'd need to do it at the moon gate. She looks a little peaked, though, doesn't she?
And we need to get her back to Rimmon.
I am all right. Cadwell, can we use your portal to return to Rimmon?
Of course, Chimera. It's ready.
So, Badwell, learned his portal magic from Anequina. And then, basically, through inheritance, Cadwell got it from Badwell. Doesn't Chimera actually start learning from Cadwell how to use the portal magic, so it's like a full circle thing? I think that's what happens. Hey, and here's Honor.
I feel like 1,000 pieces of gold. Just delightful. But poor Chimera, she appears to have the weight of a mammoth on her shoulders. You should talk to her.
The eclipse approaches, and with it the opening of the moon gate of Anequina. We have a short amount of time before the way to Jode's core appears. At least I am attuned, and I was able to charge the Dragonhorn.
What do we do now?
Gareshri has already gone to the moon gate of Anequina to take charge of the forces there. We will join him shortly. Thank you for helping with my attunement, Five Claw. With you and my ancestors beside me, we will find a way to stop the dragons. We stopped the betrayer, but not before he set the moons in motion. Soon they will align. When the eclipse occurs, the moon gate of Anequina will open and grant access to Jode's core, which is exactly what the dragons desire.
How much time do we have?
Some, but not a lot. Luckily, we anticipated the connection to the moon gate and sent Gareshri ahead with whatever forces we could spare, which was not as much as I would like. I just wish we had something else to fall back on.
What about the Dragonhorn?
The combat Dragonhorn is charged, but we still do not know its full capabilities. We must not waste its energy, so we will save it until absolutely necessary. We should make our way to the moon gate now. Tell our companions, it is time.
Okay.
Our companions left the palace to wander Rimmon and consider what is to come. Find Abner Tarn, Zamarak, and Prefect Kalo. Cadwell too, if he is still around. I would like them to join us at the moon gate, but will understand if they decide not to.
Where is the moon gate?
The ancient structure rises out of the jungle far to the southwest. To think, A place known primarily as a pilgrimage stop and historical curiosity may turn out to be the site of Elsweyr's most crucial battle yet.
Tell me more about the Moon Gate.
The Moon Gates are among the oldest ruins in Elsweyr. Of the few sites we know of, the Anequina ruin is the most well-preserved. Moon priests consider it sacred. The Riddle Thar ties it to the lattice. The rest of us, we see a pile of old rocks.
So what actually happened to you at the Shadow Dance Temple?
I can only tell you what I experienced. I became one with the temple, with all its memories and past experiences. I connected with my bloodline, with the first Anequina herself. I was attuned.
What does that mean, attuned?
I underwent the process of attunement, the same as Anequina and the moon priests of the temple, the same as Cadwell. I know how to make the moons move, provided we find a working lunar lattice apparatus.
Can you open portals like Cadwell now, too?
Some of the stories about Anequina speak of her teleporting from place to place. I see something about portals, but it does not make much sense. Perhaps when I have had 1,000 years to practice, I will be as competent as Cadwell, yes?
He's had a lot more than that, if he is from that era. Well, she is, so... That's what, at least like 4,000 years? The first era is like 2,000 and change, and we're in the second era. Like, I don't remember what date we are on the second era actually. Isn't it like in the 700s or 800s, something like that? So I guess it's like 3,000-ish years. Well, depends on how far back to the Merithic era that stuff all happened, I guess. It's all very conjectural. Can we talk for a second? Or are you really busy sitting there? Am I missing something of this? It's just a little shrine, right?
Quiet moments to meditate have been rare since Zamorak returned to Elsweyr. This one needed some time alone, especially after helping Tharn with the dragon at the Shadow Dance ruins. But you look like one who has important news, my friend.
Chimera wants us to gather at the Moon Gate of Anequina.
Zamorak suspected that would be our next destination. This one noticed that the moons have shifted in the sky, moving in a way that breaks their usual pattern. The betrayer's doing, yes? At least you and Queen Chimera returned from the ruins.
The betrayer set the moons to eclipse, but we killed him, and Chimera is now attuned to the lattice.
Then we still have a chance. Zamorak has pledged his honor to Queen Chimera. He will not break that vow. This one has a purpose again, and will see it through no matter the cost. Zamorak will meet you at the Moon Gate, my friend.
I'll see you at the Moon Gate.
Queen Chimera, attuned to the lunar lattice. Zamorak never expected to see such a miracle in his lifetime. This one prays that it will be enough when we stand against the dragons.
Speaking of dragons, what happened after Chimera and I entered the temple?
About what you would expect. Tharn used flashy spells to confuse the dragon until it finally gave up and flew away. Then, we encountered the squad of Euraxians led by a necromancer. Those Zamorak dispatched. It was the least this one could do.
Cool. Okay, next up would be Cadwell, it seems. Is he just like taking a bath in the... What is he doing down there? Cadwell? Hello? Oh, he is just taking a bath. Okay. Honor? How you doing, bud? Cadwell, usually you take clothes off before you walk. Okay, it's fine.
Hello, come to partake in a before-the-battle cleansing. I find it prudent to make myself pristine prior to the start of a slaughter. In my experience, the subsequent blood and gore adheres much better to a well-laundered body.
Chimera wants us to gather at the moon gate of Anequina.
The moon gate? I hope to wash away the memories of the betrayer, but some stenches can't be removed with soap and water. I'm sorry I made the moons move, my friend. Sorry I helped the dragons.
That was the betrayer, Cadwell, not you.
But before I became the gallantly gaunt, soul-shriven form you see today, I was the betrayer. I originally did all the terrible deeds that led us to this place. I'm rather ashamed. Dash it all.
So help us fix this, Cadwell. Help us stop the dragons from reaching Jode's core.
Yes, of course. That was my plan all along. Make up for my past atrocities by helping the nice cat people defeat the evil dragons, just like the hero I was before I became the betrayer. Tally-ho, then. I'll head to the Moon Gate now and meet you there.
I'll see you at the moon gate.
As nice as these facilities are, I miss the boiling plasm pools of Cold Harbor. Hot enough to melt the skin right off your bones. What an invigorating sensation.
Won't the water rust your armor?
And your point is?
Tharn? Oh, just... Did you drop something in your cup? Did your cup talk to you? Do you need a moment to be left alone with this cup?
Wine used to rejuvenate me after periods of intense exertion and spellcasting. Now I can barely taste the stuff. A good thing too. Khajiiti wine is cloyingly sweet, like drinking candied plums boiled in moon sugar. I presume you have news?
Chimera wants us to gather at the moon gate of Anequina.
The moon gate? A noble but futile proposition, I fear. The Khajiit should pack up and flee while they still can. Let the Alliance armies deal with this. Show them some fights are more important than deciding whose posterior best fits the ruby throne.
Are you suggesting we give up, Abner Tharn?
No. Just pondering other options. Too much of what we're facing was the inadvertent result of my actions or the actions of my family. Dragons, Euraxians, necromancers. The responsibility falls to me, and balance must be restored.
So you're still with us?
Would you stand a chance otherwise? Without my arcane and strategic insights, anything you try is destined to fail. I won't have that on my conscience. Now, allow me to finish this sickeningly sweet inebriant. One last indulgence before the end.
I'll see you at the moon gate.
By the way, I believe I understand the purpose of the dragon horn. After much consideration, the use and function of the ancient instrument has become clear. The Dragon Guard were clever, I'll say that for them.
You know how to use the dragon horn?
Theoretical knowledge isn't the same as practical experience, but I believe I understand the fundamentals of its operation. The Dragon Guard prepared a horn taken from a massive dragon and engraved it with arcane runes, giving it astonishing power.
The dragon horn is actually a dragon's horn?
Oh yes. I'm fairly certain of that. And I found historical references indicating the Dragon Guard gifted such relics to key locations. For their protection, you see. The one you located was originally in Rimmen before it was moved to the sanctuary.
So how do we use it?
We have neither the time nor resources to move the large relic, but the small horn you brought back, it's called a combat horn, by the way, was designed to be carried into battle. Once charged with energy, its sound weakens dragons.
Chimera charged the horn at the Shadow Dance Temple.
One problem solved then. The next is sheer age. This ancient combat horn is exceedingly fragile. I'm not sure how many times we can sound the horn before it disintegrates into dust. For that reason, I suggest we save it until we absolutely need it.
Okay. Do we not need to find Gaira Shri? I feel like we missed someone on our list of important allies, but okay. Are you here? You're here somewhere. There you are. Oh, you've got armor now. Look at you. What armor style is this? Is this also order, or is it something else? It could be. I'm not sure, really.
The quiet moments between battles. I like to spend the time catching up on my reading. History, military strategy, recipe books. My secret pleasure is a good mystery, though. And the new Investigator Vale is a real page-turner.
I should look up this Investigator Vale character. A lot of people mentioned it throughout this game. Chimera wants us to gather at the moon gate of Anequina.
I've been waiting for the order to move out. I sent most of the Cygnus Irregulars on ahead with Gareshri, but a small contingent remained here in case our earlier guess was wrong. I assume events in the ruins confirmed our theory?
Yes, I killed the Betrayer, but not before he set the moons in motion to open the moon gate.
Understood. We need to defend the moon gate and stop the dragons from using it when it opens. Keep them from reaching Jode's core. Well, at least now we have a mission. I just hope the Khajiit can get over their aversion to working with my troops.
Has there been much trouble integrating your forces with the Khajiit?
Queen Euraxia's tyranny made the Khajiit wary. I don't blame them for that. I just want to show them that not all Imperials are tyrants, that they can trust at least a few of us. It will come, as long as we don't turn on each other first.
I'll see you at the moon gate. Again, I don't think I have any way shrines too close to the moon. Actually... Oh yeah, there you go. That's not far at all. We scored that way shrine on the way into this area. That way. Ooh, actually, the side quest I want to do after I finish this DLC is in this direction too, come to think of it. I think it is. I know it's on the south, like, highway, if you want to call it that, but I just don't remember where. Oh, can I get this without them? No, I can't, but I want this. Cannibals? Excuse me? That's a skinny Cinch Rod. She's so skinny for someone so tall. Meanwhile, this is the little, I forget the small Cinch, or not Cinch. She's not a Cinch Rod either. I cannot remember what they're called. The Cinch is the bestial ones. I forget what the biped version is called. Hey, I got crafty Elfique epaulets. It'll break down and give me some shimmering sand. I landed on a tiger there. And it somehow didn't aggro. Very strange. Gate of Anequina. Ooh. The local Khajiit clans have long regarded the ancient moon gate as a sacred site, but one whose function had been long forgotten. Still, pilgrims, adepts, and moon priests pay homage here. I think this quest is basically run along a path, enter a doorway, run down a path, fight a boss, if I remember correctly. Are those fish?
Report to Prefect Kalo 5 Claw while I confer with the Queen.
That's actually much more impressive than the balls.
I have a good feeling about this. Reminds me of the time I led an assault on Molog Grunder's dinner party. The roast Yagra were delicious.
Wait, are Yagra Daedra then? I thought they weren't Daedra.
An eclipse is an eerie sight, but where are the dragons?
Where's the eclipse? Oh. Oh, so it's like a super eclipse because two moons get in the way. Right? Is that what's supposed to happen there?
The moons come together and the sky grows dark. Ominous, isn't it? And strangely beautiful. Where are the dragons, though? And the remaining Euraxians? I assumed they would have started their push for the Moongate by now.
Are we ready for this?
As ready as we can be. The Kashidi militia and the Cygnus Irregulars have taken defensive positions along the path up to the Moongate. And whatever siege weapons we could get our hands on are set to repel the dragons.
So you think we can stop the assault?
Not a chance. We only hope to slow them enough to give Tharn and Chimera the time they need to stop the Moongate from opening. Or find a way to shut it if all else fails. If the dragons don't reach Jode's core, we win. Wait. What's that noise?
You hear something?
Dragons! Go join Queen Chimera. I'll take charge down here.
Zamorak will go with you.
Get those fires out and ready the ballistic. Move it, soldiers!
Time for reckless audacity and dirty
He's cutting
move.
my lip. Ugh. I taste blood. I think I bit my lip too hard. Ow. Really? The rocks? The rocks are gonna slow me down?
Euraxians. The wall has been breached. Up there, more Euraxians.
Alright, this is like a wave battle type one. Ah.
Here they come. Prepare yourself.
You gotta fight this group, and then you move on, then you fight another group. This kind of tedium is never fun.
Take them down.
Fan out!
Is there one behind me?
What? Surprise! I do enjoy cutting blackguards down to size.
The path is clear.
That's the wrong DLC, Cadwell. Blackguards were the last one. These are your Axions. Although, same shit, different day, you know? On with that.
Gareshri, no! Stay with me, old master.
I don't think he dies, does he?
Gareshri still breathes, but his injuries are serious. He needs a healer. In the meantime, Zamorak knows what he must do.
What do you mean?
With Gareshri injured, someone else must take command of this position. Make sure the Euraxians and the dragons encounter enough resistance to slow them down. That task now falls to Zamorak.
Are you sure about this?
Yes, my friend. This is Zamorak's chance to finally atone for his past mistakes. Wait, what is this? The dragon horn. This one doesn't know why Gareshri was carrying this. But you must take it and reach the Moongate. Queen Chimera needs you.
Okay, good luck.
Go.
Don't die.
Now, Five Claw.
Man, again with this. Might as well. I'm gonna build it up of just fighting these guys so much anyways. Is one of you in it? No, you're a battle mage. I'm just gonna start immediately going after the alchemists though, because they are such an annoying enemy. Sweet flip. Sweet chops.
What in oblivion?
I've got these hooligans, old trout.
Oh my god, he totally just, like, super assassinated both of them.
Let's get to Abner before the moon's completely aligned.
Oh, my, oops. I hadn't been paying attention. But did I get any unique stuff that I didn't put attention to? No. Not that one. This one. Is it a dagger? It is a dagger. Oh, is this the one he actually stabbed him in the back? With. Did I get anything else and I didn't Oh, this one probably. Whoops. Forgot to save that too. Have I gotten only weapons? I think I have. Weird. I'll pass on all this fighting, thank you.
Do you have it? Use it, quick, quick!
I did. There. How many times can we use that horn before it becomes an issue?
See how the moons align with the ancient gate. The lattice opens a path to Jode's core. But how did you get the dragon horn? Where's Garishri? And why are the sounds of battle so close? Did the Euraxians overrun our defenses?
Garishri was injured and the dragons breached the walls, allowing the Euraxians to pour in.
Garishri? Hurt? And the Euraxians behind our defenses? This is not good. Not good at all. Well, we still have the dragon horn. At least until the power runs out or the fragile relic falls apart. Ah, I just wish the moons would move for me.
I thought the attunement gave you the power to move the moons.
The power, yes, but not the knowledge and experience. I will continue to try to move the moons and close the gate, but you will need to keep the Euraxians from taking this position. I am counting on you, Five Claw.
Okay, tower defense. Where are they coming from? Are they? Yep, they're all just flipping in from this side. Alchemist, you must die. It is interesting though because it almost gives you an enemy to prioritize. Although I guess they're just replacing for the healer class, because usually there's a healer mix in groups like this. And I think they just take that role just a weird way. They do buffs too, not just healing. Oh my god, how long is this supposed to continue? That was an air astronaut. Oh, you're a named character. Oh, you're both named characters. Oh, she summons air and you summon iron. Okay. Whatever happened to good old frost, flame, and shot and storm?
The dragon horn. It's our only chance.
No, Five Claw, not yet! Through the portal, both of you, and bring the dragon horn.
Chimera, wait!
Where's Cadwell? Shouldn't he be joining us in this? Moon gave an... Oh, never mind. It's the same. I thought it would show us Jode's core. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Look at this place, huh? It really does look like a different planet. Oh, there's Mulamnir.
Five Claw, we stand on the sacred plane of Jode. The dragons went down into the processional. They seek to breach Jode's core.
What is this place?
From the memories I absorbed at the Shadow Dance Temple, Anequina and the Moon Priests came here to honor the moons and set them on their way after their sacred joining. This is also where she helped Kunzari hide the dragon's power.
I don't understand. Why would the dragons agree to give up a part of their power?
Here, on the plane of Jode, the memories become clearer with every passing moment. Kunzari was able to use Calgronti's own greed against him.
The dragon sought the power of Jode's core from the beginning, but Kunzari offered him even more.
What did he offer?
He offered a way to combine the natural power of Jode's core with the mystic might of his loyal dragons. Calgrontide's greed was his undoing. Now, he finally has an opportunity to steal all the stored energy for himself. We must stop him.
Then let's get down there. Aren't there like...
The vermin still pester us. Devour them.
As you say, my brother.
The moon priests still guard this sacred place.
Well, I think I'll just ignore them.
Priests worship new gods now, you insignificant morsels.
Yeah, but I can just ignore them, I think.
Avoid Mulamnir.
Go no farther, vermin.
Oh. That's fine. Ow. 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 Oh, I was wondering where Shock Nick's adds. Or not Shock, it's like a weird magical one. Never mind. Something burning? No. Well, I really was able to just run past everything. Cool.
Calgontine is absorbing Jode's core. As long as the moons remain aligned, the power flowing through him is unimaginable.
I better switch a third for
Get me
this.
to that platform, Tarn. I can separate the moons using the altars. You must deal with Mulamnir Fiveclaw. I will divert whatever energy I can into the Dragonhorn, but use it sparingly.
Are we fighting?
You dare to face me, morsel?
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually doing decent damage so far. My Helper hasn't really moved that much, has it? So he's a storm dragon.
You amuse me, little insect.
I'm not actually doing anything, am I? Block until something can happen. Can I hurt him? No, not really.
Do not let them best you, Mulamnir!
Yes, brother. I will make this quick.
Control.
Huh? What was that? What'd you do? Oh. Oh. Oh, this is considered Daedra or undead? Ow. I'm getting Fighters Guild credit for killing them. Come on. Can we skip to the part where we fight? Like, actually? For realsies?
Get inside my shield, or the dragon shout will kill you!
Sus! Chi! Fiend!
Fiveclaw, use the Dragonhorn!
Oh, right, that's how this fight goes. You gotta... Does he actually become damageable here?
You have made me angry, pest.
No, he doesn't. It's... You have to... It's a slow fight. God, I forgot how annoying this fight was. I thought it was a matter of I wasn't doing enough damage. It's just... It... You just have to literally wait the fight out. I like that I have my own little buds here. Alright.
Is this my brother, or I will end you? I shall crush these fleas, brother. You have my word. To Gunshot.
Okay, I was gonna do the sweepy breath thing. And we gotta fight more of the worms. Can I just shoot them with this? And... oh, that's much better. Let's do that one. Oh, I guess they're making... oh, he can summon Atronachs now. Okay, now they're over there. That's cool. Let me guess, get in the shield.
Get into my protective aura, now!
Come on, shot you in the eye. Haha, shot you in the other eye. I wonder what words he's saying there. Because they always... dragon magic always uses words. It's the thumb.
The dragon horn is charged! Move it now!
So there's no point even trying to attack him. He's down to half health. I guess that's something. So 2 more times I gotta do this?
Die, insect, die! Solvagslen!
Oh, that's magic. Oh, it looked like he killed my guy there. Ow.
Helgrontid, assist me. The power. It fills me. To Gunshot.
Okay, we're gonna do the sweepy thing again. Probably some other form of electrical monster. Why is his butt lit up? Oh, that's a different one. Oh, it's a weird Lion Air Atronach. Oh, see, I'll just use my ultimate on him instead. It's a weird looking Air Atronach, though. Alright. They're gonna land over there. Get in my shield.
Prepares to attack. Let my magic protect you.
Sauce.
Maybe I'll have to do it one more time and then actually just fight him.
Quickly! Sound the dragon horn!
Oh, he has like no health left. Oh, but now I do have to actually just fight him.
Cannot end like this.
Oh, but it's going to. There you go. Boom.
I will be.
You killed Mulan.
Oh, he got bigger. Is something supposed to be...
MOONS. I need to finish the ritual.
Joan and Jode, hear me.
The power. It belongs to me.
Resume
You
the
did it,
ritual.
Chimera. You ended
Now
the
fight,
eclipse.
Lord. Sound
But
the
that means-
horn!
The moon gate has closed.
We are trapped, yes.
Not.
But Mulamir is dead, and Calgrontit has been defeated.
Oh, hello! You always find things in the last place you look.
How did you...
I wonder. I'm actually pleased to see you, Cadwell. Come, Chimera. Your people await their queen.
Thank you, my friends, for everything.
Okay, I guess we go. This is a weird balance to the episodes. The first one wasn't even an hour. The second one was an hour and, what, a half? Something like that? Third one's over 2 hours. That's not how that should have averaged out. But oh well.
Queen Chimera, have you been injured?
I am fine, just tired. But look, the moons are no longer aligned. Tell me about the dragons, the Euraxians. What is the state of our forces?
Our scouts tell us that most of the Euraxians and dragons fled when the moons parted. Our own troops have not returned, but the Main has sent an envoy.
An envoy from the Main? If you'll excuse me, I have other business to attend to.
Okay. I guess you too, Cadwell?
We did it, Five Claw! We put the moons back in motion and defeated both Mulamnir and Calgrontid. I want to thank you for everything. Elsweyr is safer today because of you.
How did you finally figure out how to move the moons, Chimera?
Just being on the plane of Jode clarified the memories I inherited at the Shadow Dance Temple. I saw the ritual in my mind and performed the actions. Oh, too bad the Dragonhorn did not survive. At least it lasted long enough to banish Calgrontid.
Are we really sure that we defeated Calgrontid? He seemed extremely powerful at the end.
He did grow larger with every infusion of power he absorbed. But the horn dislodged him from Jode's core, which allowed me to finish the ritual and end the eclipse. After that... a concern for another day, yes?
Why did the Main send an envoy?
I cannot be named queen without the Main's blessing. That, however, is my worry. For now, you should rest. We must honor our fallen and learn the fate of our troops at the Moongate. And after that, we will celebrate a new dawn for Elsweyr. We have accomplished much, my friend. We overthrew the tyrant, Euraxia Tarn, defeated Zumog Foom and the Betrayer, even killed at least 2 dragons and made the moons move in the sky. If only I could shake this sense of impending doom.
What kind of impending doom are we talking about?
Nothing specific. Not really. I guess this sense of worry will stay with me until I know the fate of Gareshri, Zamarak, even Prefect Kalo. I would return to the Moongate, but other matters require my attention. Namely, the envoy of the Main.
You think our companions might not have survived the attack on Moongate?
That is just it. I have no idea. Moons, my head pounds. The effort I exerted at Jode's core was not without a cost. Five Claw, could I convince you to determine the fate of my soldiers and our friends?
Yeah.
I appreciate your assistance, my friend. Find out what happened to Gareshri and the others, then bring word back to me. Meanwhile, I will try to find a few moments to rest before I meet with the Main's envoy or worry about the other dragons.
Isn't the dragon threat over now?
Far from it. But without Calgrontid and Mulamnir to lead them, they are solitary beasts without a grand plan. Colossal, dangerous beasts to be sure, but not the overwhelming force they were under their dragon leaders.
It's hard to believe this all started with an ancient Khajiit legend.
There is little difference between myth and history for the Khajiit Five Claw. Whether Euraxia discovered the Kunzari stories, and that led them to the Betrayer's head, or Zumog Foom reanimated the head and then learned the tales, who can say?
Oh, another weapon. Interesting. This one's a bow. Have any of them been Undertaker, Darlock Bray, Darlock Bray, Undertaker? Yeah, not a single one is Crafty Elfique. Why? Wait, where does it want me to go? Oh, still in town. Okay. Keep falling into the cistern. Hello? No. 1, 2, 3.
It's good to see you, Five Claw. We only just returned and I have yet to report to the Queen. Chimera is alright, isn't she? We saw the moons move at the eclipse end, but we haven't heard what happened after you entered the Moon Gate.
Chimera is fine. As a matter of fact, she sent me to find out what happened to you.
After I was caught in that dragon blast, Zamorak tended to my wounds and took command of the soldiers defending the upper ridge. I'm sorry to say that I was in and out of consciousness for most of what happened next.
So you don't know how the battle ended?
I know that I am still alive and grateful to be back in Rimmon. It's a miracle, thank the moons, that the city is free once more. If you want to know what really occurred at the Moon Gate, you'll need to ask Zamorak and Prefect Kelo.
Your injuries, do you need to see the healers?
There are those among the troops who need the healers more than I. But perhaps a few hours in the soothing springs will restore my strength. I'll need it too. I have much to do to help Chimera restore Enequina to its former glory.
And how's this group? How you guys doing? Everyone okay? I like the blue, honestly. It's a nice departure from the usual red that Imperials have.
Huh? Oh, it's you. Good to see you're still among the living. I suppose you had a hand in getting the moons to finally pull apart? Hang on, I need to finish my report. I find that it's best to write it all down while it's still fresh in my mind.
That's what brought me here. Chimera wants to know what happened after we entered the Moon Gate.
It's all in my report. Our troops held their ground and fought bravely. We lost many good soldiers, Khajiit and Imperial, but we did our duty. We slaughtered Euraxians by the score and kept the dragons at bay until the moons broke apart.
The ending of the eclipse was significant?
It was crucial to our survival. When the moons separated, the dragons broke ranks. They seemed to lose their drive, their purpose. They stopped attacking and flew off. Not a moment too soon. We had exhausted both our strength and our ammunition.
What did the Euraxians do then?
The ones that survived Zamorak's charge lost what remained of their courage when the dragons abandoned the field of battle. They scattered like sand roaches and ran in all directions. I doubt they'll give the militia too much trouble going forward.
What will you and the Cygnus Irregulars do now?
We still have a lot to do to heal the scars left by Euraxia and her mercenaries. I'll offer our services to Queen Chimera and Lord Garashri. Let them use us where we'll do the most good.
So you'll help defend Elsweyr?
If that's what they need. But the Cygnus Irregulars are mostly military engineers, scouts, and trainers. We have a lot more to offer a kingdom that needs to be rebuilt than just blades and shields. That was our original mission, to help Elsweyr.
Okay, and then our other friend? I never realized how tall he is. He's not even a Suthe? What is it? I don't remember what they're called. Suthe rat? No.
Zamorak is happy to see you, friend. After the dragons entered the Moon Gate and you followed, this one worried that all was lost. But then, the moons parted, and suddenly everything seemed all right.
Chimera sent me to find out what happened to you and the others.
Just what you would expect. We held our ground against the swarming Euraxians and their necromancers, repelled the dragons as best we could. This one let the desert wind flow through his limbs and claws, while our soldiers rallied to his side.
You defeated the Uraxians?
Between the Khajiiti militia and the Cygnus irregulars, we held them off. When the moons separated, the Uraxians broke off their attack and scattered to the four winds. The remainder will be a nuisance, but they pose no threat to the kingdom.
What about the dragons?
Zamorak doesn't know for certain. We faced mostly the Uraxians on the upper ridge. Prefect Kalo commanded the ballisti, so he could tell you more. This one does know that when the moons began to separate, the dragons roared in rage and flew away.
What will you do now, Zamorak?
Zamorak hopes to serve as Queen Kamira's claw and defend the throne as he was trained to do. If she will not have me, well, Gareshri has many plans for improving life in Elsweyr. This one would be happy to help in any way he can.
Alright, everyone seems fine. Well, except for our one friend who died. But that's how these stories always go. It's too hard for the writers not to write a moving story that doesn't kill someone. Envoy.
Outsider, this one must speak with you.
Oh, you've got the minion guards. Oh, I like your forehead jewel thingy. And also your hair is really cool too. Hey, you're purple. Everyone here has such shiny clothes.
This one never expected to set foot in the capital of Nequina again. She hoped the militia would succeed, but she didn't believe they stood a chance against the usurper queen. Kashia understands you played a significant role in these events, yes?
I helped overthrow Euraxia, defeat the betrayer, and stop the dragons on the plain of Jode.
Such wonders you have accomplished, and to have touched the face of blessed Jode. This one is in awe. Despite all that, the Main has sent me to determine what happens next. Where is Lord Gareshri, the Speaker of the Main?
Gareshri returned from battle to see and went to see the healers. What do you mean, what happens next?
The healers? This one hopes the Speaker wasn't gravely injured. As for your question, we must settle the matter of Nequina's succession. Kashia must determine if Kamira is the legitimate heir to the throne, and if so, recognize her claim.
She's the only surviving daughter of King Hemakar? Doesn't that make her the queen?
Certainly, but anyone can make such a claim. To be accepted by the Khajiiti, she must be recognized by the Main. With Gareshri indisposed, will you stand with Kamira and vouch for her heritage? If so, please tell her I am ready to meet with her.
I'll go find Kamira and let her know.
Before you return to Kamira's side, this one requests an additional favor. The Main gave Kashia a sealed letter for Abner Dar, but he refuses to see me. I understand that you and he share a special bond. Perhaps you could deliver the letter.
I can, but why is the Main writing to Abner Tharn?
The specifics concern the Tharn alone, but this one believes it deals with the artificial eclipse and its impact on Khajiiti society. The moons hold great sway over the Khajiit born under them. What does this mean for those born during this eclipse?
The eclipse? I don't understand.
No matter what caused the eclipse, Joan and Jode joined as one. When this occurs naturally, one born then may become the next Main. But during a false eclipse, succession becomes a concern. The Main hopes Tharn can explain the arcane implications.
Why didn't the Main come to crown Kamira personally?
The Main cannot be everywhere at once. That is what the Speaker and the envoys are for. For now, the Main's duties do not include Nequina. But know that the Main's heart is everywhere in Elsweyr. Now, please deliver the letter to Abner Tharn.
Alright, where's the old grouch? Where is... Oh, he's at the entrance to the palace? Conveniently like that?
Abner, you simply must stay for the ceremony. It's not every day we get to see a lovely cat receive a crown.
Nonsense. And don't call me Abner. Besides, I think I've overstayed my welcome as far as Kamira is concerned. You and Cadwell, the two of you just can't leave well enough alone. No one was supposed to notice as I slipped out of Rimmen. Of course, very little has gone according to plan since the Wrathstone tablets set me on this path.
You leaving, Tharn?
I am neither sentimental nor enamored of pomp and circumstance. My time in Elsweyr has shown me that I have limits. I am not the battle mage I was in my younger days. Besides, I hate parties, small talk, speeches, canapes, totally unbearable.
Don't you want to be there when Chimera's crowned queen?
I watched firsthand as a remarkable young woman became a leader. She's already a queen. Everything else is simply ceremony. I've lingered here long enough. You were an able enough traveling companion. I may call on you again sometime.
I have a letter for you. It's from the main.
An intriguing question. Are Khajiit born under a forced eclipse next in line for the main? But this other bit confirms my suspicions. I must travel to Palatine at once. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Until then, farewell.
Good luck, Tharn.
We accomplished much, but I fear we haven't seen the last of Calgrontide. I must investigate reports coming from the south. You, however, have a queen to crown. Take Cadwell with you and make sure he behaves. And tell Chimera she did admirably.
You think Calgrontide is still a threat?
We saw no body, and there's no reason to suppose Calgrontide couldn't escape from Jode just as we did. He absorbed a remarkable amount of energy while the moons were aligned, after all. I'll send for you if and when I confirm my suspicions.
Cadwell?
Abner's received a new quest from the main. As soon as we finish here, I'll join him. Quests are my speciality. Oh, fiddlesticks. I just remembered Queen Chimera asked me to be her king's claw. I guess Abner will have to soldier on without me.
Chimera said she wanted you as her king's, or rather queen's claw?
Yes, indeed. Her exact words were, "You can call yourself the Emperor of Cyrodiil for all I care. Just quit blathering and let me think." I've no designs on the ruby throne, but Cadwell the Queen's Claw has a rather dashing ring to it, eh?
I like the alliteration.
I assure you, Cassia, my wounds are healing quite nicely.
Nevertheless, this one has asked the Outlander to stand beside Chimera, should I decide to give the main's blessing.
Oh, look at her. You look very jingly.
Garishri told me you found them. He filled me in on what happened during the battle at the Moon Gate. Dragons and necromancers, I understand. But politics and coronations, they twist my tail, and their regalia, it pinches. Moons, I miss my leathers.
Having second thoughts on becoming queen of Anecrona?
I am having many thoughts, but I know what I must do. Like Anequina and my other ancestors before me, I must stand tall and accept my responsibilities with humility and grace. Provided the main's envoy confirms my right to the throne.
The envoy doesn't believe you're King Hamakar's daughter?
The woman is inscrutable. I think she just wants to see me suffer until she acquiesces and places the crown on my head. Before the full weight of the kingdom falls upon my shoulders, I want to tell you something.
Of course, Chimera.
I want you to know I appreciate everything you have done for Elsweyr. For me. I do not believe we would have survived without your assistance. Now, I understand the envoy asked you to stand beside me at the ceremony. Are you ready, my friend?
Yeah. Hey, I can make this bread. It's very expensive to make, but I can make it. Oh, so that bread existed long before they... Ah, I guess that makes sense. They reuse the assets. That's how they generally make those special furnishing plans. Oh, the lineup.
The healers were able to do wonders, my friend. I almost feel like my old self again. I will secure Chimera's claim. You just stand beside her and support her. She values your presence, as do I. But where is Chimera? I expected you to bring her in.
She's ready. We can begin the coronation.
Who will confirm that Chimera is the daughter of King Hemekar and the rightful heir to the throne of Anequina?
Me.
I will, as her guardian all these years, and as the Speaker of the Main. Chimera is the rightful heir. Come forth, daughter of Hemekar and Numara. Come forth, child of Anequina.
Chimera, do you accept the duties of the throne? Will you lead this kingdom and protect its people?
I do, and I will.
Know then that the Main accepts and recognizes your claim. All hail Chimera, Queen of Anequina!
I promise to serve our people, and I offer thanks to all who helped achieve our recent victories. Finally, there is one I wish to honor. One whose assistance in these matters was unprecedented and invaluable.
Oh, Cadwell, she's talking about you.
Five Claw, my comrade and friend, please approach the throne.
Oh, you've got one of them fancy clothes that has like multiple layers of loading.
Courageous Five Claw, I will make sure your deeds are sung by my people. They will be told from one generation to the next. As Kunzari passed into legend, so too will you.
I don't know what to say.
Then say nothing, my friend. Just know that you helped deliver my homeland from tyranny. You helped me avenge my parents. You saved us from dragons and undead. We will never forget that. I will never forget that.
So what happens now?
You appeared when Elsweyr needed you most. In our most desperate time of troubles, you helped restore our nation. You will always have a place here, my friend. And I want you to accept the greatest award I can offer. I name you Champion of Anequina.
Cool.
There are still dragons to kill and Euraxians to deal with. But now it is time to celebrate. Take a few moments, talk to our friends, then enjoy yourself, champion. You earned it.
What does the queen do exactly?
Just what you would expect. I listen to problems and I try to find solutions. I suppose I must coordinate with our allies in the Dominion at some point, and there are still stray dragons and Euraxian deserters to deal with. So, the usual things.
Then I guess your days as an agent of the Main are behind you now?
It is time for different adventures, Five Claw. I must lead my people and erase the memories of the usurper queen. May her name be blotted from the histories. Of course, I may find time to slip away and explore a ruin or two. Every now and again.
Alright, I guess we talked to everybody now.
I came to northern Elsweyr with an impossible task. I took command of the militia and sought to free Rimmon from Euraxia's grasp. With your help, we accomplished so much more. You have my thanks for that, champion.
What's next for the Speaker of the Main?
As always, I go wherever the Main needs me. For a while, I remain in Rimmon to provide Queen Chimera with whatever assistance she requires. You know, I watched Chimera grow these past 6 years. She will be a better queen than even I imagined.
I guess I can talk to you, although we haven't really bonded much.
Thank you for helping to restore the bloodline of Anequina, Walker. It is good to see a Khajiit once again on the throne of Rimmon. Gashia apologizes for all the formality, but she had to be sure before she bestowed the Main's blessing upon Chimera.
Okay. How about you, Sir
All hail Five Claw, whom I name Champion of Anequina.
Didn't we do that already? Oh, I guess I'm... Okay. It's a lot of sounds over there.
Wasn't that a beautiful ceremony? Not quite on the level of the time I attended Molon Moll's first Daedric Titan unveiling and Soul Shriven Impalement celebration, but beautiful, just to say.
What's next for Cadwell?
Next, haven't given it a thought. It's enough trouble keeping track of the past and present to bother with what happens in the future. Maybe I'll finally build that little house on the edge of Cold Harbor's yawning chasm. Ah, the vertigo.
You're really considering going back to Cold Harbor?
Well, certainly. Eventually. It's my home. Besides, who would all the soul shriven look up to if I never returned? Have no fear, my friend. If you ever need Cadwell's sword again, I'll rush to your side without hesitation. You have my word.
Man, I hope they don't miss an opportunity. If in another Elder Scrolls game we ever go back to Cold Harbor for whatever reason, Cadwell just makes a little appearance, even a minor one, but just to have him appear.
This one's heart sings at seeing Chimera crowned queen. Her parents would have been so proud. Thank you, my friend, for getting us to this moment, and for helping Zamorak find his way back to his true calling.
Your true calling? Adept or Queen's Claw?
Zamorak will always be an adept, but Queen Chimera has agreed to accept me as her claw. This one will protect the queen and serve her as best he can. It is what Zamorak was born to do. Yes?
And you, sir, with the fancy armor? I think that's Order of the Hour.
I'm glad that the Cygnus Irregulars were able to lend Queen Chimera our support. Helped make up for all the evil Euraxia brought with her to Elsweyr. Now where's the music? I didn't spend the last 6 years learning Khajiit waltzes for nothing.
Did you determine what happens next for the Cygnus Irregulars?
I hate the idea of mercenary companies, but without an imperial government in place, that seems to be what we're reduced to. Luckily, Chimera has accepted our offer of assistance and has agreed to employ us. As engineers and aid workers, of course.
You really learned Khajiit waltzes?
A few. You'd be surprised how many of their dances can't be accomplished without claws or a tail. I do hope they play the waxing moon, though. I find it rather elegant, and it's the one best suited to my tailless posterior.
Anyone else I recognize in the crowds? No? I think, as with most DLCs, if you had done more side quests, it would, the more relevant NPCs would show up. But it's fine. You'll see that when I do Greymore. So we're done with the Elsweyr storyline, but there is one last side quest I would love to do. And hopefully, I don't think it should take that long, so I'll do a nice little episode for it next time. So thanks for joining me. Come back, I'll have the next stuff up real soon, but until then, bye.